All right. We are going live. And today we are talking about weight loss the healthy way. Okay, so there is an unhealthy way to lose weight, and there's a healthy way. The unhealthy way would mean, uh, for instance, sometimes we take weight loss pills and try to lose weight quickly, and which is uh, usually doesn't last a long time. It may be quick, but it doesn't always last long. And sometimes those weight loss pills are made with phentermine, which can speed the heart up and cause heart problems. And so we have to be very careful about using those weight loss pills. The recommendation by the medical community and many healthy uh, ways of thinking and thoughts and is to and professional weight loss systems is to lose weight in a way that's slow, steady, and speaks to living healthy. So my recommendation is your goal should be about a pound per week, 2 pounds maximum, anywhere from a half a pound to about 2 pounds of weight loss per week is healthy weight loss. Um, the the other goal is living healthy. This is the overall goal is living healthy by sleeping well, stressing well, eating well, and moving well. Okay, so we're going to talk about each one of these separately and quickly. Okay. Let's also talk a little bit more about, like I just say, living healthy. Part of living healthy, I recommend, is motivating your mind because most of us know what to do, but it's a matter of motivating yourself to stay in a healthy lifestyle. So create healthy relationships and healthy environments, friends, family that are healthy livers. Okay, people, we all know people who live healthy and those who live unhealthy, and some people are right in the middle. So you want to either be around people who are either right in the middle or more on the healthier side. Okay, so healthy relationships and environments, create a healthy environment. For instance, have fresh fruit readily available in your kitchen, on your counter, in your dining room, on your table, so that when you're in the mood to snack on something, there's no cookies or chips around, but there's grapes, there's strawberries or blueberries or oranges, apples. Cut up the slices and make it so you can just pop it in your mouth real easy while you're walking around doing things around the house or in your office. Um, Having that close to you will make it easier to eat healthy. If you don't have the chips, the cookies, the ice cream, the junk food in your vicinity, then you won't eat it. If you have the healthy stuff in front of you, you're going to go ahead and grab it and eat it. And you want that also for your family as well, because you want them to eat healthy. You want the kids to eat healthy. You want everybody eating healthy. No one should be eating junk food. Um, Sometimes people, when they're losing weight or when they have diabetes and high blood pressure, they'll say, "This is my food. Don't touch my food. This is only my food. I have to eat this. I can't eat anything else." And then everybody else is eating unhealthy foods. Well, they need to eat healthy too. So try to get everyone eating the same thing and eating healthy. Okay, so that's enough about that for right now. Hanging around. Another thing is mentally healthy. When people are mentally unhealthy or stressing out too much, this goes under stressing well. You want to stress around people who are safe to stress around. You want people around you that'll help you come up with very practical solutions and ideas, or people who are not going to drag you further down, but to help lift you out of whatever toxic environment your mind is going through. Sometimes we create toxic thoughts for ourselves and they go circling around. And negative thoughts keep going around and around, and that's bad. We don't want to do that to ourselves. So we want to have healthy thinkers, people that we hang around that are optimistic, healthy in their thinking, have energy, have life. Balance is key. Try to stay less time around people who are kind of like toxic, who are pessimistic, toxic speaking people, toxic eating people, um, complainers. Try not to be around that environment. Try to be around people who are on the move, innovative thinkers, creators, to help, get your mind on those kind of things. Healthy thoughts help us to live healthy. Okay, so now we're going to talk about sleeping well. Sleeping well is very important because when you're not getting enough sleep or enough healthy sleep, it can cause your metabolism to slow down, and you need a faster metabolism in order to lose weight. So sleeping is very important. Okay, sleeping and resting, resting without electronics in your face. Okay, so hide the electronics. If I have a cell phone, I'll listen to soft music or soft words of inspiration, godly words, verses, Bible verses, and I'll listen to this. I like Soak Stream. I'll put it in the trap. Soak Stream is a nice YouTube channel, and it is perfect at night. It helps you sleep. It's for 8 hours, 3 hours, whatever, and it's just Bible verses under really pretty background sounds, and it's relaxing. It really is relaxing. So anyway, something like that. And I hide the phone so it's not in my face, or put on dark mode, or it goes black, and I'm just listening. So listening to soft things, soft lighting is very important. You don't want bright lights like the ones I'm under right now, because you want the melatonin to release naturally. Some people do take melatonin, but your body makes melatonin. And anyway, these things are extremely helpful for your body to repair itself, to prevent cancer, to bring those cortisol levels down. When the cortisol levels are too high because we're pumped, we're hyped, and we're not getting enough sleep, then it produces fat. Sugar levels go up, and this is why people have issues with diabetes. Ever wonder why the sugar is super high first thing in the morning and you haven't even eaten anything? Is the cortisol levels are too high. It's too much stress during the night. So it's important to sleep well, sleep comfortably, make sure that the temperature is right, block the electronic lighting, any lighting from like the alarm clock, block that. If possible, you don't want that right in your face. So the lighting during your sleep is very, very important. Comfortable temperature. I'm looking at my notes here. Sorry about that. So you want comfortable temps. You want to limit electronics 2 hours before bedtime. You want to also, of course, limit any caffeine. A lot of times we don't realize caffeine is not just coffee. Certain teas have caffeine. So green tea has caffeine in it, black tea, um, Mountain Dew soda, so don't have that 4 hours before bedtime. A lot of like the Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola, all of those dark sodas typically have caffeine. So stay away, and chocolate has caffeine. So stay away from that 4 hours before bedtime so that you can sleep and you don't have to get up in the middle of the night and use the bathroom. Try to limit how much water and fluids you drink too close to bedtime. Consider, if you do want something, a little bit of chamomile tea with honey, after dinner. This may help get your mind ready to relax. It is very relaxing, soothing. And try to limit loud noises too close to bedtime. Try to have soft noises. We're trying to have a bedtime routine as much as possible. And in the middle of the night, if you do wake up, get out the bed, go to an area where it's quiet, sit quietly with no electronics. Could read, you could write down your thoughts. That's a good one because many people are up because they're thinking too much. So write down your thoughts, write a to-do list for yourself, journal, and then as you get sleepy, go ahead and get back in the bed. Okay, but these things are very important. Also consider hot baths before bedtime or shower. It releases melatonin naturally in your body. Stretch real good before bed. And again, avoid the bright lights like the one right behind me. too close to bedtime, that induces a reduction of melatonin. It decreases melatonin. You want to increase your natural melatonin your body makes, so that you can sleep well. Okay. Um, let's see what else. We are talking about stressing well. Let's go back to stressing well. So I'm a believer in God, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, okay, as my savior, and that is the true way to live healthy and stress free. So my motto, I got this from I can't take credit, but I'll give credit for where credit is due, honor where honor is due. I like uh, listening to Prophet Tiffany Montgomery. She's a young lady, very powerful in the Lord, and she says that she worships God before she worries. And I like that, and it's easy to remember. Instead of worrying, I'm going to worship God. And so how do I do that? Singing to God, I'm thanking God, I'm praising God, and I'm saying to God, I worship you. I'm not thinking about this problem, but I'm going to think about you first, and then I'm going to pray and ask God for help with that particular problem. And usually I wait for an answer. Okay, an actual like conversation with God. What is next? Write down notes, like somebody's really talking to, and I feel the answer come from within. I believe that is God speaking to me and telling me the answer. And many people live their life this way and are successful. So worship God before you worry. Worry causes fight or flight type of stress response, and that stress response can lead to a fast heart rate, anxiety, um, an urge to eat the wrong type of foods in order to calm that down, or urge to smoke cigarettes, or urge to drink alcohol, or urge to do things that are unhealthy in order to bring down the anxiety. So instead, um, worship God. They take some deep, slow breaths. That's a good one. Deep and slow breaths, just 3 or 4 at a time. Drinking a bottle of water quickly. This actually really does help that get rid of that adrenaline push. Listen for instructions. Talk to someone who has wisdom. Uh, get therapy. If you need to get some mental health therapy, by all means, it's nothing wrong with getting some therapy. And the Bible says in the Proverbs, and there is a multitude of counselors. There is safety in a multitude. When you have multiple counselors, there's safety. So you want the right type of counselor speaking to you. Okay, so we talked about stressing well. We all gonna end up stressing, but let's stress in the right way. In the presence of God is the best way to stress. Okay, and also in the presence of godly people, or people full of wisdom that can give us insight and give us really good advice to get us through the moment. All right, now let's talk about eating well. Eating well is simple. Okay, we make it complicated, but it doesn't have to be. It's extremely simple, and that is less processed or man made or human made foods, and less carbohydrates. Examples: potatoes, rice, breads, all kind of breads, pizza crust, that's bread, flour tortillas, that's a type of bread. Let's see, what are other type of sweet bread, cake, okay? All of these are type of breads. So you want less of those type of carbohydrates, and ice cream, etc., sugary foods, sugary drinks, um, candy bars, potato chips. All right. So potatoes in all different forms, noodles in all different forms. Less of that, and less pork. Um, so process, and less sodas and juice drinks, and even yes, juices a little bit less of that. Sometimes we could drink too much juice instead of eating the actual fruit and drinking the water, which is better than the juice itself. Okay, so now let's talk about eating now what we can eat. So we talked about what we shouldn't eat. Now let's switch over to what we should eat. Want to eat much more raw fruits and vegetables. So raw fruits and vegetables is the best way to go. It's the best way to get the nutrients our body actually needs and requires, the vitamins, the minerals, the good stuff our body actually needs to fight off cancer, to fight off infection, build our immune system, help our mental health, help us to think sharp, help us to have that energy we're looking for. All of us are looking for energy. All of us are looking for clarity and thought. And so we need those kind of foods to fuel us, to give us the fuel that our body needs and requires. Um, okay, now fish is extremely healthy, like cod, salmon, tuna. These are the type of fish we want to try to get in our body. Fish that have scales, pretty much, and want to stay away from shellfish, shrimp, lobster, crabs. Minimize that. Has too much cholesterol, has too many impurities. When try to minimize or decrease, not to eat as much. Okay, so chicken and the different types: turkey, grass fed, red meat, grass fed lamb or beef. Very healthy for us. Consider also goat cheese is a very healthy type of dairy instead of milk products, goat milk, goat cheese. These things are healthier. Um, Back to grass-fed beef, yes, it is more expensive and it is harder to find, but it's way more healthier for our body. So consider trying to fuel your body with grass-fed beef. All right. Also nuts, all the different type of nuts, almond butter, peanut butter, the different type of nut butters, nuts itself. I like to take peanut butter and put it in my smoothies, and it tastes really good. And anyway, and peanut butter typically has really good omega-6 fatty acids and omega-3. Omega-3 and omega-6 are extremely healthy for your brain and your heart, gives you good cholesterol. And it's also good for arthritis pains as well. Okay, now let's go to beans, lentils, hummus, things like that. They will fill you up. They give you iron. They give you protein. They're very healthy, lots of fiber, very good for your heart. Try the different types: lentil soup, split pea soup, all the different type of beans. Even hummus, which is made from garbanzo beans. Hummus is it's like a Mediterranean little dip that you could dip your veggies and tortilla chips and stuff like that. Um, and these things fill you up and give you energy as well. So eating well is simple. It's simple, but it's complicated, right? So look for healthy YouTube channels with healthy eating recipes, or look for just really good recipes, books that are vegetarian or vegan or healthy eating. Again, it's okay to have grass fed beef and turkey and chicken, and these things are actually very good for us, and we should, because it has vitamin B and things like that that's important for our bodies. So it's okay to eat those things, but it's okay to learn how to eat vegan things and vegetarian things as well. Okay, so we talked about sleeping well, stressing well, eating well, and now moving well. So, moving well is very important as well, because when we move our bodies, it helps to burn those calories that you may be looking to do, which will help with weight loss. And it also helps with your mental health. So, jogging, running, um, these types of dancing, Zumba. Okay, get your dance on, get the music going, get things going. This is therapy. This is therapy. Makes people feel better. It gets the stress off. Doing, especially when you're doing these things around other people, a class, um, or Zumba videos with other people doing these things. It's a lot of fun. Hiking with the kids, playing ball with the kids, football, basketball, soccer. All these things are healthy for our bodies because we're interacting with other people. We're outdoors, getting that sunshine. moving our bodies. Gardening is very, very, I love gardening. It feels so good. Every once in a while you got to get up from the gardening and stretch real good. Stretching helps get the pain and the pressure off of the spine. And so stretching your body, stretching your muscles is very good. Moving in these different ways. Some light, using the bands, the exercise bands are good. Light weight lifting. Some like to go hardcore, and that's okay too. Weight loss, weight lifting is good. It helps the body to use the muscles, which helps the bones to prevents osteoporosis, and it prevents the bones from breaking easily. So it strengthens the body. Having a certain amount of muscle mass is very good, and also you want to definitely have a combination of cardiovascular. So swimming is cardiovascular, riding a bike, these are cardiovascular things. In other words, working your heart out and your lungs out, which is very, very important and key for longer living. But swimming and running, and I'm sorry, not jogging or going up and down steps, um, step training, these type of things are good for the bones, good for the back, good for your pain, arthritis pains. Um, Especially swimming, really, really good for like fibromyalgia type of pains. So it's good for pain. It's good for your mental health. Increases the endorphins, the dopamine levels, and the serotonin levels, and all these things that fight depression and anxiety and stress. So it's good for that. It's good for weight loss, like we said. But all in general, the most important thing is healthy living, living longer, and living in a healthy way. So these should be motivating ideas and not just like, oh, I gotta lose weight. And we start stressing, I gotta lose weight, I gotta lose weight. And you're stressing too much on that. And that in and of itself is a negative stress. And that actually can promote hunger for the wrong type of foods. Remember that processed foods typically are very addicting. Okay. So ice cream, potato chips, French fries, hot dogs, hamburgers, burritos, uh, pizza. All of these things are extremely addicting. Cookies, cakes, sweets, candy. They're very addicting because they light up the area in the brain that cocaine lights up in the brain as well. So some people, when they've been addicted to alcohol or cigarettes or cocaine or drugs or whatever, when they come off of that addiction, a lot of times they'll pick up another addiction, and that is processed food addictions, and end up getting very, obese, overweight, and get a heart problem, and now they have another set of problems. And so just be aware that is something that can happen. Treat processed foods as if it's the bad guy, as if it's a drug, and say, no, I don't think so. I'm not having that come in my house. I want nothing but healthy foods in my environment as much as possible. And that would decrease the temptation. If it's not in your face, you're not going to eat it. You're going to eat what's in your face, what's in your way. That's what you're going to eat. So pack healthy foods when you go to lunch, to work and go to school. And so that way you won't be tempted to go to a fast food. Have healthy foods on hand everywhere you go. Eating small amounts of food throughout the day, 5 or 6 times a day. A lot of weight loss programs promote that because it works. And people who lose weight, typically that's what they do. You definitely want to be making sure that you eat a healthy breakfast and snacks and these kind of power lunches, big salads, with maybe some chicken or fish, the protein and the raw veggie combination gives you a lot of energy, and it really helps with the weight loss. Many people lose weight by cutting down drastically on the carbs. That's one way to lose weight quickly, but sometimes some of these weight loss programs overdo the carb decrease to the point where it makes it hard to continue. So just these are just little tips. Like I said, small baby steps in the right direction so that you'll actually stick to it. If you do anything too quickly, too drastically, you may not be able to stick with it and continue it. We will have more discussions on this, but for now, we're done. I hope that helps, and I hope it's not too long. 25 minutes, not too bad. I hope you have a great day and live well, live happy, enjoy life, be blessed. God bless you. Love you to life.